Thought you knew about every hidden secret lurking around the Magic Kingdom? We've dug up even more mind-blowing secrets like secret societies and secret jars of dirt that'll make you question how much you really know about the most magical place on Earth. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. The Disney parks are loaded with hidden gems, inside jokes, and nods to historical events. It'd be a real shame if you walked right past them during your next trip without ever knowing they were there for you to track down. That's why we're kicking off an entire series of commonly overlooked Disney secrets, starting with the Florida park that started it all, Magic Kingdom. Now, of course, Disneyland is the park that started it all. I get it. But in Florida, it's the Magic Kingdom. So now 30 secrets is a lot to remember for your upcoming trip. So if you want to be able to easily access these while you're in the parks, or honestly, wherever you want to impress your friends and fam with some cooler than cool Magic Kingdom info, drop us your email at disneyfoodblog.com/mksecrets. And we're going to send you a PDF of everything we talk about here today. This will also sign you up for our DFB newsletter, which is going to send Disney discounts and reviews and breaking news straight to your inbox. We are starting in Adventureland with that jar of dirt that I know you are thinking about ever since the intro to this whole video. Tortuga Tavern isn't always open for business, which is why this little secret has probably stayed secret for such a long time. But if you go over to the dining room archway near the hallway that leads to the Golden Outpost doors, you'll find a display case to your left with a bunch of different westerny and piratey paraphernalia. If you look past the hats and different weaponry, you'll find a jar of dirt in the back. And this jar of dirt looks very familiar, almost like a jar of dirt a certain Captain Jack Sparrow might have carried around in the Pirates of the Caribbean films. Similar clasp, similar size, similar all-around grimy jar of dirt appearance. What do you think? Next, Magic Kingdom's Swiss Family Treehouse isn't an attraction you hear much about, but if you're willing to log in the extra steps on top of the tens of thousands of steps you're already taking during a day in Disney World, you'll be able to scale a rather grandiose tree and view the Magic Kingdom from a whole new perspective. But what kind of tree is stabilizing that little house? Well, this towering foliage goes by the name of Disneyodendron Examus, which according to the D23 website stands for an out-of-the-ordinary Disney tree. This tree is completely man-made with a design inspired by its predecessor tree, the Disneyodendron semperflorens grandis, or the large ever-blooming Disney tree found in Disneyland. The leaves are plastic, the roots are cement, and the limbs are steel. There are only 2 other man-made trees like this in the world, and the 2 others can be found in Tokyo Disneyland and Disneyland Paris. Next, Disney Imagineers are really good storytellers, like really good. So good that they've actually come up with a storyline that's been woven throughout not just Disney World, but all of the Disney parks. Friends, welcome to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, SEA for short, a fictional secret organization for explorers, scientists, researchers, and adventurers from all over the world. Now, several Disney attractions directly tie into this overarching story, but if you're not looking for the clues, you can miss out on a lot of that background altogether. This is a secret organization after all. One of the major SCA or C-centric areas in the parks actually hangs out in a Magic Kingdom table service restaurant, Jungle Navigation Co. Limited Skipper Canteen. According to the Skipper Canteen backstory, this building used to be a cargo shipping venture, but when business started to get rough and money was tight, owner Alberta Falls decided that they should start offering jungle cruises to excited passengers. Skipper Canteen is the place to go before or after your big cruise that will take you past the backside of water. And yes, the Jungle Cruise itself is riddled with different SEA secrets. So it absolutely makes sense that this restaurant counterpart has a lot of them too. In fact, the restaurant has a room dedicated for SEA meetings, very hush-hush business, of course. The meeting space is located behind the library through a secret door hidden in a bookcase. Just ask your server about it on your next visit. This might not always be available to check out, but it's worth a shot. On top of this secret meeting room, there are dozens of hidden trinkets and nods to the societies surrounding the entire restaurant, including club fezzes, handmade maps, and bookshelves lined with novels written by club members from around the globe. They're pretty punny, if you ask me. Now, speaking of the Jungle Cruise, do you have any tiny tykes in your group that get hyped to become a guest skipper? Well, if a Jungle Cruise cast member graces you with the official title of guest skipper, you'll receive a skipper license for free. And we're all about the freebies here. This isn't the title handed out willy-nilly, though. Jungle Cruise cast members are particular about who earns this, but when it is awarded, usually the licenses will go to younger kids or guests celebrating a special occasion. Best get prepared and start practicing your bad jungle puns now, and if you say you don't know any good jungle puns, you're obviously in denial. And in case you guys want to know, Bria did put a little winky face after that joke. Moving on to Fantasyland, Casey's Junior Splash and Soak Station is another one of those underrated areas of Magic Kingdom that kids are going to love if they're getting a little burnout on riding rides and just need to cool down, run around, blow off some steam. And that theming is cute, but weirdly also kind of sad because I know the elephants and giraffes feel so cooped up in those train cars, but that's beside the point. Each of the 4 splash pad train cars has a number: 71, 82, 89, and 98. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? These numbers are not random. Are they ever? No, Disney Imagineers are never random. These numbers represent the years each of the 4 Disney World parks officially opened to the public: Magic Kingdom in 71, Epcot in 82, Disney's Hollywood Studios, or MGM, in 89, and Disney's Animal Kingdom in 98. And speaking of Storybook Circus trains, check out the name of the Fantasyland train station next time you're in the area. You can find it right above the station's main entrance. The name Carolwood Park is a callback, of course, to Walt Disney's childhood days. Carolwood was the name of the street Walt Disney and his family lived on in Marceline, Missouri. He went on to name his estate, as well as that famous miniature functioning train he built in his backyard, Carolwood as well. Why? Well, because Walt Disney often referred to this part of his life as his happy place, where all his big dreams started to take root as a kid. So forget about the groundhog seeing his shadow. Just imagine seeing the outline of one of the rarest hidden Mickeys ever. If you visit Disney World on November 18th, which just so happens to be Mickey's birthday, you might be able to spot this super special hidden Mickey in Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid's queue line, as long as it's noon and the sun is shining. I know the circumstances are really particular. That's why this hidden Mickey is so hard to catch. But if the timing is just right, you can be part of something that only a few people get to witness. Look up at the rocks while you're in line. There's a little area where the sun's peeking through the ceiling, and if you look carefully at the rock edges, you'll see a 3-holed shape that's awfully familiar. But this isn't the super secret Mickey we're talking about. No, the real hidden Mickey appears when that November 18th sun shines past those rock edges, briefly casting a Mickey-shaped light onto the wall. For real, it really happens. Now, I'm always one to tell you to keep your chin up, but if you don't look down while you're at Disney every now and then, you could miss out on some of the sneakiest Imagineering additions. Around Storybook Circus, you'll find peanut shells in the concrete that we're guessing are left over from a rather snack-happy elephant. It's an innocent detail mixed in with other floor details like hooves and animal footprints scattered around the area. But when this area first opened to the public in 2012, some guests weren't too keen on this cutesy peanut detail. In fact, they were rather outraged and terrified to take a step in that vicinity due to allergy concerns. But Disney's very mindful when it comes to all types of guests, which is why so many of their restaurants now have allergy-friendly menus. The peanut shells in Storybook Circus cement are fake. They're fake as fake can be, which may be good news for you, but bad news for the elephants. Now, what's that building with the giant beanstalk spilling out from the windows? Yeah, that's Sir Mickey's gift shop located behind Cinderella Castle. There, you're going to find nosy giants, dressed up characters, and oh, it's a cast member who's pixie dusting guests. If you spot a cast member holding a special magic wand, make sure to ask for just a little bit of pixie dust. This particular pixie dust isn't going to help you fly off to Neverland, but it will make you sparkle for the rest of the day and maybe the rest of the month. This experience is available for all ages because everyone can enjoy a good glitter shower. So Skyway to Tomorrowland walked so the Disney Skyliner could run. Well, fly actually, but you get the picture. When Magic Kingdom first opened back in 1971, it had a Skyway gondola system that stretched from Fantasyland to Tomorrowland, similar to its older sibling Skyway system in Disneyland, which opened in 1956. There were a few issues that led to Magic Kingdom's Skyway closure in 1999, but money was a big part of the concern. The ride was just too expensive to keep up, and with its low capacity, it made coughing up the cash a little harder to justify all those tune-ups. But a portion of that old Skyway system still remains in the park to this day. The Fantasyland station was actually replaced by what we know today as the Tangled bathrooms. Disney Imagineers removed the top half of the station and built a bathroom on the ground floor, but unless you rode those Skyliners back in the day, you'd probably never guess that it's the same building. And I spy with my little eye Disney family heritage. Okay, honestly, that's everywhere in Magic Kingdom, but there's a specific shout out to the Disney family name on the backside of Cinderella Castle. The gold crest above the archways is the Disney family coat of arms, which showcases 3 lions in the center of the golden emblem, as well as an extra lion emblem with surrounding branched out flourishes on top. Looky there, it's like the lions are waving at us. Hey, lions! And remember how I told you to look down earlier? Well, scratch that. Now I'm telling you to look up. Magic Kingdom secrets lurk everywhere. When you're in Fantasyland, check out all the different weather vanes on top of the buildings. Their designs match the attraction they've been placed above. You'll find our ticking crocodile friend on top of Peter Pan's flight, a steam train on top of the Fantasyland train station, a weird-looking jester head over Pinocchio Village House, a little less cute, but whatevs, an elk over the Gaston's Tavern bathrooms, a rather ornate design on top of Enchanted Tales with Belle, which we're going to go ahead and give props to Maurice for, and a giant squid over Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid in honor of the ride's predecessor, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But the themed weather vanes don't all reside in Fantasyland. There is a pirate ship over the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Adventureland, a bat and galloping horse over Haunted Mansion in Liberty Square, and a rather sharp-looking and dangerous design above the Memento Mori gift shop, also in Liberty Square, which I'm going to be talking about a lot more later on. It makes sense that Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid would have a lot of hidden nods to the former 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea attraction, considering Ariel and her friends took over that spot, but why does the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh also have secretive call-outs to the old Nautilus adventure? You know that tree standing front and center at the beginning of the Winnie the Pooh queue? That tree hasn't always been there. It used to be part of the 20,000 Leagues attraction. That's why you'll find a small picture of the Nautilus carved into the Winnie the Pooh tree. In order to find it, you'll have to go inside the tree and look just above the doorway. Be prepared to crouch down to enter. That door is just the perfect size for a silly willy-nilly old bear, but not necessarily taller folks. Magic bands do a lot of things for us in Disney World. They're the key to our hotel, they hold our park tickets, and they even allow us to make purchases at stores if we link our credit card to them. But they can also trigger personalized shout-outs during certain Disney rides, like It's a Small World. After you finish sailing on the happiest little cruise, your boat will take you through the goodbye room, which has a bunch of different ways people say see you later from around the world. But within that room is a screen, and thanks to the RFID, or radio frequency identification chip within your Magic Band, your actual name could appear on the goodbye screen, giving the ride's conclusion a more personal, or some might think creepy, touch. This technology is also how your on-ride pictures taken on select rides get automatically uploaded to your PhotoPass collection on the My Disney Experience app. Heading over to Frontierland. Howdy, partner. Reckon I can get some traditional roads around these here parts? Nope, no can do. When you're in Frontierland, take a look down at the rather plain-looking dusty red ground. This ground might seem basic and boring, but it actually goes along with the historical accuracy of the land. Back in the days of westward expansion, most outdoor landscaping consisted of dirt and mud, but that didn't mean the townsfolk didn't care about the appearance of their businesses and fashionable attire. According to our friends over at All Ears, the reason Frontierland has raised wooden decks around the buildings goes hand in hand with how buildings were constructed back in the old days. Raised decks were built so people could walk from point to point without tracking dirt and mud inside the shops, as well as keeping the elements off the hems of their dresses and the soles of their boots. So wait a minute, Tinkerbell, what are you doing in Frontierland? We're used to tracking down hidden Mickeys all day long throughout the Disney parks, but sometimes Tinkerbell likes to pop up and be the star of the show. When you finish riding Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, look to the left and toward the red-colored rocks. Behind the fence and cactus, you'll see a teeny tiny silhouette of Tink, pixie wings and all. Still having trouble finding her? Track down the 2 metal carts. She'll be located between them. And if you feel like a fountain of Magic Kingdom knowledge, don't let your cup overflow just yet. We've still got 3 more lands worth of Magic Kingdom secrets to go. Don't worry about needing to remember all these fun tidbits of info though. Just make sure to send us your email at disneyfoodblog.com/mksecrets after we wrap up here today. We'll get you this whole list right to your inbox. Can't slow the momentum down now though. Let's keep the ball of Magic Kingdom secrets rolling. We're going to Liberty Square. Hey, all you history buffs out there, you're gonna love this fun fact. If you decide to watch the Hall of Presidents, whether it be out of genuine interest or just because you need a break from the Orlando sun, it's okay, we don't judge. Take a look around the lobby before entering the theater. Last year, a new artifact was added to the historical knickknack display case, a folded American flag. During the Destination D23 event that happened in November, we learned a little more about why this particular flag is so important. This is the very flag that flew over the White House on Disney World's opening day, October 1st, 1971. Disney World's official dedication didn't happen until a couple weeks later, on October 25th, but before the ceremony took place, President Richard Nixon sent that flag to Roy Disney, along with a letter saying, "May this flag represent our faith in the American dream." The American flag was raised in the Magic Kingdom town square during the dedication, and for a while there, the flag and accompanying Nixon letter was kept safe with Dave Smith, the founder of the Walt Disney Archives. Now they're resting safe and sound in the Hall of Presidents for you to see. But how about one more Hall of Presidents secret for you? See that roped off seal on the lobby floor? This is the Great Seal of the United States. According to all ears, this seal is made of 100% wool carpet and looks super authentic. How authentic? Well, authentic enough that it actually took multiple acts of Congress to grant Disney permission to even display it in the Hall of Presidents lobby. Now that's Imagineering at its finest. Time for a fruit waffle sandwich pit stop over at Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. If you've watched the classic cartoon of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow before, or you watch it every Halloween, like some of us do, then you're probably pretty familiar with Mr. Ichabod Crane's character. He's a schoolmaster, a food connoisseur, easily spooked, and also gives voice lessons in his spare time. So it only makes sense that you'll be able to find ads for Ichabod Crane's voice lessons over at Ye Olde Christmas Shop directly across from Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. But don't expect old Icky to take walk-ins. Lessons are by appointment only, according to his flyers. Welcome, corruptible mortal souls, to Memento Mori, Magic Kingdom's official Haunted Mansion gift shop. But this shop is more than just a place to buy goblins and ghouls, my friends. As the story goes, this store used to be the humble abode of the clairvoyant Madame Leota. Or maybe it's still the home of Madame Leota. If you time your visit just right, you might be able to catch a glimpse of Ms. Leota's apparition in the gold-framed mirror, or hear her humming a haunting tune throughout the shop. Or did it suddenly get 10 degrees colder in here? Just me? Okay, cool, no worries. And how many tree secrets have I already brought up in this video? And would you be shocked to know this isn't my last tree secret either? Just hang tight. Unlike the Swiss family treehouse, the Liberty tree is very much alive and not man-made. It's also large, very large. It might be harder to notice during the day, but at night you'll find 13 lanterns dangling from the tree's branches. These lanterns represent the 13 original colonies, a fitting secret for the likes of a land called Liberty Square. Now, yes, I know the one if by land, two if by sea secret as well, but you're gonna have to wait till the next Magic Kingdom Secrets video for that. All right, let's go see a show, or rather be part of one. We're headed to Main Street, USA. Disney World's lingo is super different from other theme parks. Think about it. Instead of employees, you've got cast members. Instead of uniforms, the people who work at Disney wear costumes. When you need to sign a receipt for a final purchase, Disney asks for your autograph instead of your signature. So why all that strict lingo? Because Disney World is set up like a live theater where you step onto the stage and get to live out these many imaginative stories. The scene is set immediately as you walk through the main entrance, under the train station, and on into Main Street, USA. This entrance serves as your curtain, opening up before the show begins. There are even posters showing off the attractions or places you'll be able to enjoy around the park. Those act like movie posters highlighting upcoming features. And what's that first scent tickling your nose as you cross the threshold of Magic Kingdom? Popcorn, because popcorn and movies go together like corn dog nuggets and plastic cheese. Want to see the credits roll? Don't worry, you don't have to end your day yet to see them. Just look up at the windows of the different shops lining Main Street, USA. Many of them have the names of Imagineers that helped build the parks into what you see today. And yep, I'm going to ask you to look down again for this one. Look down on Main Street, USA. You might be asking why on earth would I do that when Cinderella Castle is straight ahead? Well, yeah, please admire the castle first, but once you're done doing that, check out the different colors on the Main Street, USA pavement. The elevated sidewalk surrounding the shops is a faded red, while the streets themselves are layered in bricks. The reason for the color change? To warn guests about the sudden difference in height when they come up to one of the elevated sidewalks. Is this a foolproof plan? No, not at all. I speak from personal experience. But at least Disney gives you a bit of a heads up to help prevent you from face planting as you enter the shops. Okay, now you can turn your attention back to Cinderella Castle. We're going to Tomorrowland for yet another tree fact, but a futuristic one, I swear. This is one of my favorite secrets about Disney World. The first time I saw those Tomorrowland metal-looking palm trees, I was like, neat, palm trees from the future, and that was that. But Imagineers have these shiny palms doing bigger and better things, according to their backstories. These plants are known as power palms, designed to suck up solar energy and store it all away in those metal coconuts. Periodically, these trees are harvested for their energy. See the palms with the folded leaves? Harvested. The ones that remain open are all ripe and ready, loaded fully with collected solar power. Now, this is just another fun Imagineering detail that helps make the different Magic Kingdom lands all the more immersive. Is it true? Not really. But those power palms do change throughout the day, so definitely check them out. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a misting station. So check out that red spaceship on the top of the cool scanner misting station. We love this area when it's on and functioning because it provides immediate relief from the Florida heat without having to stand in line for Splash Mountain for forever and a day. But this spaceship is extra cool, not just because of its misting capabilities, but because it was a movie prop from the 1986 film Flight of the Navigator. If you actually ever watch this movie, then you might be going, no, it's not. Which, fair, the spaceship looks way different than it did back then. It's been fully painted and decked out to match the Magic Kingdom Tomorrowland vibes, but you can see the resemblance in the shape and lines around the edges. Yep, this spaceship is a genuine movie star. So this isn't a secret you can track down in the park per se, but it just goes to show you how much Tomorrowland has changed over the years. Since Disney World's opening day, 14 Tomorrowland attractions have had to retire. Flight to the Moon, Skyway to Fantasyland, Circle Vision 360, America the Beautiful, Magic Carpet Round the World, American Journeys, The Timekeeper, If You Had Wings, Mission to Mars, Delta Dream Flight, Extraterrestrial Alien Encounter, Push the Talking Trash Can, Tomorrowland Power and Light Co. Video Arcade, and Incredible Tomorrowland Expo. Want to learn more about why some of these experiences had to close? We got a whole video covering 20 Disney World rides that had to close and why. That is super, super cool and interesting that you should check out right after this. All right, totally bombarded you with a list of Tomorrowland closures there, my bad. But there are still a lot of rides and experiences around that area of the park. Some feel pretty dated, like Carousel of Progress, which we love anyways. And some are about to actually feel high-tech and futuristic, like when Tron Light Cycle Run finally opens to the public. And then there are those rides that are somewhere in between. Not super state-of-the-art, but still kind of impressive. The Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, for example. Funny enough, the sign for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin was once used for the retired Delta Dream Flight ride. See that sign above the entrance? It's in the shape of a cloud. Not because the Buzz Lightyear toy can fly really well, but because the old Delta Dream Flight attraction used to be sponsored by an airline that took you through different travel locations during the course of the ride. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Soarin' Around the World over in Epcot. So that's what the clouds were originally intended for, not for our Space Ranger pal. Even Disney likes to recycle. Okay, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest Magic Kingdom structure of them all? What Imagineers want your answer to be is Cinderella Castle, of course, but for a little bit there, Disney worried that Space Mountain's massive exterior was going to wind up overshadowing Cindy's Place. That's why Space Mountain is constructed 15 feet below the rest of Tomorrowland, kind of like someone tall having to bend their knees in all their pictures to prevent towering over everyone else in the group. We got a few people on the DFB team who can definitely relate to that. That being said, Space Mountain is still quite the looker, especially from the California Grill balcony over at Disney's Contemporary Resort if you're looking for a romantic night out. So the tangled bathrooms over in Fantasyland are gorgeous, but they're always a little busy, sometimes too busy. But you know what restrooms are almost always empty? The bathrooms inside the very rarely ever open Tomorrowland Terrace quick service. Now there's a bathroom right next to this one before you enter back into Main Street USA, but that one has a rather steady flow of people at all times. That's Bria's bathroom joke, not mine. However, if you go to the bathroom that's actually inside the terrace, then ta-da, private potty breaks galore. Just a little heads up for you. And I mentioned that Jungle Cruise guest skipper license earlier on, but that's not the only place you can get a license in Disney World. Right outside of the Tomorrowland Speedway is a photo booth. And this isn't your typical 3 pictures in a strip photo booth. This one is going to print your picture on a Tomorrowland Speedway License of Tomorrow. Unlike the Jungle Cruise licenses, you will have to pay for these souvenirs, but also unlike the Jungle Cruise licenses, anyone can make one. These photos can also be linked to your photo pass. All right, so many secrets, so little time, and this is just the beginning of all the Disney World hidden gems we have yet to cover. So stay tuned as we cover the rest of the Disney World parks and their many overlooked details that you can add to your bank of Disney knowledge. And don't forget, you can keep this knowledge by your side at all times by dropping us your email at disneyfoodblog.com/mksecrets. We'll just send the whole list of hidden gems that we covered today directly to your inbox so you can impress your friends and family. We highly recommend this like during your next board game night or at your best friend's baby shower or on your next blind date when things get really weird. Okay, I'm done now. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.